minus 2 is... I'm out. 8. What do you think that would look like?
Like having wrinkles?
Like having wrinkles.
The resident teacher program is bringing talented, aspiring teachers onto our campus to work with our experienced mentor teachers.
How are we going to show this in a fun way?
Well, you said like in its story.
We were making videos with the iPad of subtraction stories.
Perfect. Yeah, you don't want to give them the answer yet.
In kindergarten, I only had one teacher.
You can have fun.
And now in first grade, I have 2 teachers, and it's much more fun to have 2 teachers because, well, it's just nice knowing two more people.
We were just talking about it yesterday, actually, how much better we know the kids. Like, we really know each individual child so much more in depth than we would if we had a class to ourselves.
She's still growing. There are 8
Olivia helps me rise to the occasion. And so I think this is probably my strongest teaching year ever.
In this first year, the resident teacher program has placed 4 young teachers in classrooms with seasoned mentors.
1/8.
And how many extra fractional pieces do we have?
In 4th grade, Kate Hammond redesigned her entire teaching program with resident Emily Drew Moyer.
Emily and I, we have small reading groups, one-on-one writing conferences, small group math instruction. We've just completely changed the curriculum and how teaching is delivered.
First, I had a hard time in math. I didn't get anything right.
How many quarters, Vaughn?
Wait, that's not equal. And then Miss Dromar talked to me.
What could I do to fix it?
And then second time, I still don't get it. And then Miss Dromar talked to me about it, like, very carefully again. And then I get it. I'm a rock star, and I get all those problems right.
If you can instill that love of learning in them, and if you can make them understand something they didn't understand before, then they just go through the roof. It's awesome.
Really beautifully done. We've developed this great working relationship within the classroom. I take the red manipulative. We sometimes don't even need to talk. We can just look at each other.
Love that. It's so good.
And we know exactly who needs to be pulled to whose group or kind of what we're thinking. And I think that they'll be ready to publish by the end of the week.
I think you're right.
Maybe somewhere around in this area? No. You think up here?
Yeah. In middle school science class, a flame emissions lab with 2 teachers working the room.
Say throw it in the 400 range.
We're really teaching shoulder to shoulder, and I got lucky having a partner who is as skilled and knowledgeable as she is.
Emitting long wavelength photons.
Does anyone want to tell me why it's not a good idea to touch the wick, maybe?
When I walk into the science room and see Brian and Ilsa in action, it's really inspiring.
Since you see something that looks a little bit questionable to you, what could you do with that right now?
You'll see Brian and Ilsa moving around the classroom and checking in with students and students who are confused and being able to help them stay on track. The experiments that they have been able to do this year, are just their ability to accomplish things are increased by having the 2 of them working together.
Okay, here we go. For reals this time.
To the wide world and all her fading sleep.
In middle school English, resident teacher Emily Steckel helps deconstruct a Shakespearean sonnet.
The speaker is addressing someone or something. Have you figured out who the someone or something is?
It's a beloved.
Working one-on-one with Miss Steckel is really helpful because she gives you an area to figure it out for yourself, but she gives you really helpful hints.
Devouring time!
Time!
Emily is on the front lines of what education looks like today. She's bringing the latest and greatest of what's out there in terms of development in the education world, but also because she's such a good teacher, I am continually able to observe her as well and how she interacts with her students.
You're going to be enthusiastic. Yes!
And at day's end, mentors and residents reflect
Or was it right?
on each and every lesson, each and every student.
While I had a sense of what this could be, in many ways it's actually gone beyond that. And what the 4 residents and the mentors have been able to do has been even more transformational than I could have envisioned.
I think that I have taught, I'm going to get teary because it's pretty exciting. You know, it is so powerful. I can't explain it.
We call this a resident program, but I'd say sometimes I feel like I'm the resident as well because I'm learning from Ilsa.
For me, I mean, it's like everything is better. It's like everything's in Technicolor.
Emily and I bounce ideas off of each other. I might think of something and Emily says, well, what about this? Let's try this.
This program is pushing us in wonderful ways. And every year, as you bring in a new infusion of residents, they're going to continue to push us to always be striving to be the best school that we can be.